Right, okay, good morning. Thanks for joining me. I know most of you have done HIIT before, but just in case there's anybody that hasn't, we start off with a warm-up. We're then going to do a few rounds of yoga-based HIIT exercises and then finish with a warm-down. So do what you can. Obviously, you all know your bodies better than me, and I can't see you all as clearly as I would if we were in a face-to-face situation. So feel free to rest if you need to rest. Make sure you've got some water handy because we will need that. And just do what you can do with each of the exercises. We'll do the first one all together, and then we will I'll give you different options for the other exercises, so you can ramp it up or calm it down depending on how you're feeling this morning. So let's get started. We're going to start just by warming up the body through some fascia circles. So starting with the ankle, we're going to circle around through the ankle. So fascia circles are just brilliant for getting the whole body moving because we work through every single joint. So then take those circles in the other direction. Really good just for getting all the muscle tendons moving, all the connective tissue moving. Okay, and then we're going to go into the knee. If you need to hang on to something, hang on to something. If you feel more comfortable with your hands on your hips, put your hands on your hips. Excellent, then take that in the other direction. Beautiful. And then we're moving into the hip. So we're really trying to open up that hip. Great big circles. As slow or as fast as you feel able this morning. And then take that in the other direction. Good. And then bringing that foot back down onto the mat, we're going to move into the other foot. So starting with the ankle. And then taking that in the other direction. And then moving into the knee. Birds have come to join our practice this morning. And then taking that knee in the other direction. Excellent. And then moving into the hip. And then again, taking that in the other direction. Good work, guys. Then bring the feet nice and wide on the mat and start to circle through the hips. Just starting to get a bit of movement into that lower spine as you move around. I'm cracking and creaking all over the place this morning. And then take those circles in the other direction. Excellent. And then the next one is a little workout for your brain as well. We're going to take the ribs around in circles. So really getting some movement through the inner torso. Excellent. And then taking it in the other direction. Good stuff. Little wiggles. And then bringing it into the wrists. So really trying to make those movements as big as possible. And then taking those circles in the other direction. Beautiful. And then into the elbows. And then take that the other way. Really big circles. It's like the calm before the storm in this class. And then great big circles into the shoulders. And if your shoulders are tight, then you can do them one at a time, like backstroke. So do whatever suits your body. Excellent. And then take both the other way. And again, if your shoulders are tight and it's uncomfortable to do both together, then do them separately, like front crawl. Good. Then let the arms relax down by the sides. Let the shoulders relax down the back. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. Roll the head all the way around the front of the body until your right ear is at your right shoulder. And then bring it up to center. And then take the movement in reverse. So right ear, right shoulder. Roll all the way around the front. And then back up to center. Do another one of those. So left ear, left shoulder, roll all the way around the front. And then up to center, and then reverse the direction of the movement. Excellent. Then keeping the chin parallel to the floor, I'm going to twist the head around towards the left. Really trying to get that chin past the collarbone. Inhale back to center, then exhale, turn the head towards the right. Inhale back through center, exhale left. Inhale back through center, exhale right. Excellent. Then let the legs be soft, so maybe a slight bend in the knees. We're just going to warm the lungs up. So hands down in front of you with your fingers interlaced. We're going to inhale our arms up above our head for the count of 4. Hold the breath in at the top for 4. Exhale as we bring the arms out to the sides again for the count of 4. And then hold the breath outside the body for a count of 4. So let's begin. In, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold out, 2, 3, 4. And then just let the breath come back to normal. We're going to come down into tabletop on our mat. So we're just going to do a few movements to warm the spine up in all its directions before we start with the hip section. So on a nice big inhale, let the belly come down, sit bones go up, look up. On an exhale, drop the head down, curl the tailbone under, arch through the back, pull the belly in. Inhale as you come down, really stretching the chest forward. And then exhale as you go up, really taking the middle back up towards the side, pulling the belly in. Inhale as you come down, and then exhale as you go up. Coming back to a neutral spine, tuck the toes under, lift up the knees and send the hips up to the sky into our first downward facing dog. And then maybe have a wiggle and a jiggle here. Maybe pad through the heels, maybe stretch the chest towards the thighs, maybe wiggle through the shoulders or the back. Move wherever your body needs to move. Then inhaling the left leg up behind us. I'm going to bring it forward and place it between the hands, giving it a little helping hand if it needs to. Ground down through the right hand. Inhale up through the left into a twist. So keeping that nice bend in the front knee, stretching out through the back leg. Nice big inhale here. Excellent. And a nice big exhale here. Bring the hand back round to frame the front foot and drop the back knee down to the floor. Bring the hands up onto the knee. And we're going to do a psoas stretch. So because we've got our right leg back, we're going to lift our right arm up and then reach the right arm over to the left. So you're stretching down the right hand side. Might be easier if I come this way to show you. So I'm stretching over to really get a nice stretch down the side of the body. Beautiful. Nice big inhale here. Really pull the tummy muscles in. Open the armpit towards the ceiling and stretch out through the fingers. Excellent. Come back up. Frame the front foot with those hands. We're going to lift the back knee up and step back to plank. From plank, bring the knees down, bring the chest and the chin down, wiggle forward into cobra and really stretch that chest forwards and through between the arms. Exhale back down, tuck the toes, take the hips and the sit bones all the way back up into downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale here. Have a little wiggle and a jiggle as you exhale through any part of the body that needs to move. And then inhale as you float the right leg up. Exhale as you bring it forwards between the hands, giving it a little help if it needs. Ground down through the left hand on this side, and then open the right arm up to the ceiling. Really stretch out through the back leg. Keep the breath moving in the body. Then bring the hand back down to frame the front foot. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes and walk the hands up onto the knee. And then we're going to do that sideways stretch on this side. So lifting the left arm up, we're moving over towards the right. So really opening the armpit up towards the ceiling, reaching out through the fingertips. You should feel a nice stretch all the way down the side of the body. Couple more breaths here. Really opening up that shoulder to the sky or the ceiling. Really letting the hips sink. Excellent. And then inhale back up to center. And sweep the hands down to frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Step forwards into a forward fold. And let everything hang down towards the floor with a nice bend in the knees. And then inhale to our halfway lift, long back, long neck. And then exhale, fold again. Then with a big bend in your knees, inhale the arms all the way up to the top. look up, exhale, hands back to heart center. Brilliant. Right, time for some slightly stronger exercises. So I'm going to prepare by taking my jumper off. Okay, the first one we will do everything together. And then from there, I've got 3 different levels of exercise for you, so you can pick your level. The first one's to warm us up, and the first one is a plank challenge. The options that you have with the plank challenge is either to do it in full plank, here, or you can bring your knees down. So there's actually 8 different rounds, 8. And we've got 8 different exercises. So I'm going to talk you through them as we go. The first one is very simply leg lifts. So you're just lifting those heels up behind you. Again, you can do it from your knees. So you can just lift from your knees. The second one is going to be wide legs. So if I come this way to show you this, probably easier, and not on my decking because that's slippy. We're going to move the legs out to the side, out to the side, back to the middle, back to the middle, out to the side, out to the side, back to the middle, back to the middle. Then we're going to do knee dips. Pretty simple. Then lizards. Then we do high-low plank, starting with the right arm, then starting with the left arm, then hip dips, and then side plank opens. So moving from one side to the other side. All of that you can either do on your hands or your forearms, apart from the high-low planks, obviously. So I will remind you of each exercise as we go through. To start with, we're just lifting those heels. Let's get it started and then it's done. So, into plank, you can have knees down or knees up. Heels. We've only got 20 seconds of each of these exercises, so it'll be over before you know it. So get those heels lifting, keep the core pulled in, keep the chest nice and relaxed, keep breathing. We've only got a couple of more of these left. Excellent, your first round is done. So the second round is taking the legs out to the side, so wide legs. So get ready, take your preferred position, right leg out, left leg out, right leg in, left leg in, right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, rest. Well done. Next one is knee dips. Again, remember, you can do these on your hands or your forearms. So we stretch out, let's begin. Dip the knees, as fast or as slow as you want. Keep breathing, keep moving. Dipping those knees. Beautiful job. Keep those hips nice and low. Keep the core pulled in. Plank is a full body exercise. And rest. Next one is lizards. So lizards is bringing your knees out to the sides towards the armpits. Again, you can do it on your hands or your forearms, up to you. 20 seconds, let's go. And again, you can do this as fast or as slow as you like. But keep the movement mindful. We want to make sure we're taking care of our joints and not just throwing ourselves around. So keep moving, we're nearly there with this one. Well done. Whew. And rest. We're halfway already. The next one is high plank to low plank. And remember, you can keep your knees down if you want to. So if you've got your knees down, down with the right, down with the left. Up with the right, up with the left. Down with the right, down with the left. Up with the right, up with the left. Keep moving, keep breathing. We always move with the same arm going down first for each round. Oh, and we're done. For the next one, exactly the same, but we're taking the left arm down first this time. Get ready. Okay, left arm down, right arm down, then back up. Left arm, right arm, left arm, right arm. Good, keep moving. We're halfway there on this one, ready. Keep those hips low. I just realized I was cheating. My hips were up. So keep moving, keep breathing, and rest. Whew. 2 more rounds to go, and then this one is done. So the next one is hip dips. Again, you can do them on your hands or your forearms. We dip the hips down to the floor, back to plank. Dip them down to the floor, back to plank. Brilliant for getting strength through the side body, these ones. That's way more than halfway. Keep moving, you're doing brilliantly. One more, and rest. Okay, the last one is the side plank opens. So I'm going to do this on my forearms. You can have your knees down or on your feet. So we open up to the left, come back to center, roll around, open to the right, come back to center, open to the left, back to center, open to the right, back to center. Really pull the core in, keep moving. Oh, and we're done. Well done, have a rest. Whew. Excellent. So get some water, have a little drink. Brilliant. Okay, so the next one is chair kicks. I've got 3 different levels here, so you can pick your level and do the same exercise for all 8 rounds. Or if you want to mix it up a bit, then feel free, you can mix it up a bit. So, level 1. We start, different people prefer to do chair differently. If you're more comfortable with your feet hip width and coming into chair with your feet hip width, then feel free to do that. If you're more comfortable in chair with your feet together, then have your feet together. The level 1 exercise is chair, and then we kick to the front, bringing our arms down to our hips. And with our arms, we're having a bit of tension in them. We're not just flinging them around. We're bringing them from up above our heads in chair. Then as we come up, we bring them to our hips and make a fist as we breathe out. So level 1 is chair, chair, chair. Okay, so we're going to do 4 on one leg, then 4 on the other leg. If you want to take it up, level 2 is kicking out to the side, which is going to work all down the inside of our thigh muscle. So if we're doing level 2, we do chair, kicking out to the side, chair, kicking out to the side. Reasonably slow movements because we want to keep our balance, okay, and we want to keep everything engaged. So we're working all of the muscles of the core. The third level, we do chair, elbow to knee. So you're really squeezing it in towards the midline, and that's a lot more work on the core because we're doing that crunch in between. So level 3 is chair, elbow to knee, chair. We always exhale loudly on these exercises because it helps you to consciously then breathe back in, and also apparently it gets rid of the fat cells. So, are we ready? Give us a thumbs up if we're ready. Yes, right. So let's begin. Up to you which one you choose. Chair. I'm going to do a mixture just to remind everybody. Excellent. Really get that breath going. Really think about pulling everything into the midline. And round 1's done. Rest. So really think about pulling everything in towards the line that goes straight up the middle of our body, because that will help with your balance. Round 2. Excellent. Really good, guys. Keep moving. And rest. So that's 2 rounds done. It's got 2 more on this same leg. I'm going to level up to level 2 now, doing the side kicks. Let's go. Make sure your hips are going back, so we're not bringing our knees too far forward. One more, and rest. Excellent. So last round on this side. So we're going to do level 3 this time. Let's go. Chair. Good. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Doing a brilliant job, guys. And rest. Okay, so we've got 4 rounds on the other leg now. So decide which exercise you're going to do, and then let's go. Ooh, unbalanced. So keep all of those core muscles pulled in. Try and think about all the movements happening around the midline. So it helps your balance. Excellent, rest. 3 more rounds to go. Doing absolutely brilliantly. Get ready and go. And rest. Good. 2 more rounds. We're going to level up to level 2 on the side kicks. Get ready. Let's go. Remember, move as fast or as slow that allows you to keep control of the movement. Brilliant. And rest. Okay, this is our final round of this one. To maximum effort. Whew. Let's go. Final 20 seconds. Good work. Excellent stuff. And rest. Get yourself some water. Okay, exercise 3. Again, we have 3 levels. The core of this exercise is Malasana. So Malasana is a yogi squat. Your squat might look different depending on your flexibility, how strong your knees are. So any knee problems, don't go all the way down into the full version. So this is the full version of Malasana. And again, that's going to look different for everybody. Some people's knees will be further in. Some people's knees will be further out. Some people will be on their toes as opposed to being able to get their heels down. Your unique body will do Malasana in its own unique way. So be okay with that. Any problems in the knees, you don't want to go this deep. So any problems in the knees, we come into more of a squat position. Now, if you're squatting, you want to make sure that your hips are going backwards. We don't want anyone being like this because it's going to put extra pressure on your knees. So your hips need to be backwards. And you can have your hands on your legs as well if you need to. Any problems with any lower back or sciatic pain, then instead of having your feet straight forwards, you're going to have your feet slightly turned out to give you a bit more space in your lower back. So whichever squat is good for your body, then do that. So that's the core starting movement. So level 1 is to come from your squat into Tadasana, down into your squat, into standing pose. Level 2 is to come into some sort of balance. So you go from Malasana or your squat onto one leg somehow, maybe tree, maybe just with the knee raised to the front, something that's a balance. Level 3 is into warrior 3. So you go down into Malasana and then you twist the foot that's going to be standing, so the foot straight forward, and you come into warrior three. Hands at heart center for this one. Then you come back down into malasana, twist the foot on the other side, warrior three on the other side. So take whichever exercise is going to suit you best. And let's begin. You ready? Let's go. So, malasana. Maybe just a standing to start with. Down to squat, up to standing. Really think, if you're doing standing, about squeezing in all of the muscles around the bum, all of the muscles around the core, and really keeping those shoulders down the back. Rest. Okay, we're going to do round two. If you're doing a balance, down into malasana, really think about squeezing everything towards the midline. Down into malasana, squeeze everything towards the midline. So all of these movements are very, very controlled. Good stuff. Down we go, squeeze it in and relax. Okay, round three, are we ready? So if you're doing malasana warrior, malasana, straighten the foot, warrior. Malasana, straighten the other foot, warrior. Really make sure as you're moving your body through whichever level that the muscles are tight. Rest. If the muscles are tight, it makes it easier to lift them. So make sure that the muscles are engaged. Okay, round four, let's go. Remember to keep breathing, whichever one you're doing. Exhale on the effort, which is normally the balance or the warrior three. But if your body feels it wants to breathe elsewhere, rest, then breathe where it feels natural for you to breathe. Breathing on the, when you're having to put in the energy, okay, let's go, another round, can sometimes help you get through that movement. Good, rest. Whew. Nearly there. Stretch out wherever you feel you need to stretch out in between times. Next round, let's go. Almost there. And rest. We've just got 2 rounds left, 2 lots of 20 seconds, and this one's all over. Keep breathing, keep moving. Let's go. Good. Nearly there. And rest. So, final round. Final 20 seconds. You ready? Let's do it. Into malasana. Take your choice. Into malasana. Take your choice. Good stuff. Keep that breath moving. Keep the body moving. Couple of seconds to go. And rest. You did it. Well done. Whew. Okay. Have a little drink of water. Okay, so the last exercise for today is based around reverse tabletops. So you can mix these up if you want to. Some are more difficult than others. So reverse tabletop is obviously feet below the knees and your hands below your shoulders. And depending on the flexibility in your arms and your wrists, my most comfortable position is for my fingers to be pointing towards my bum, but you might find it easier with your hands out to the side. So just play with what suits your wrists best. Exercise 1 is to lift the hips up, take them back down. Lift the hips up, take them back down. Lift them up, take them back down. And you can do that with your feet here, or if you want a bigger challenge, you can do it with your legs out long and lift the hips up so that you're in reverse plank. So that's the first option. Option 2 is about working the triceps, which I know some of you that come to class regularly, you love this exercise. It doesn't burn at all, honest. So with this one, everything, there's movement is coming from the arms. So you're bending your arms down until your bum grazes the floor and then pushing back up again. But the rest of you stays pretty still. So it's all coming from the arms. Great for summer though, you'll get all of these bits nice and toned. And then the third exercise, so the level 3 exercise, if you want to do that, takes a lot more concentration and a lot more tightening of the core. So we start in tabletop and then we're going to lift finger to toe, put it back down, and then the opposite, finger to toe, put it back down. So it's up to you which one you do, or you can do a mix. I'm obviously going to do a mix so I can talk you through it all. So let's start. Into tabletop. Level 1 is lifting the hips. So we just literally bum down to the floor, lift them up as high as you can. On this one, I'm exhaling on the up. And rest. And rest can be whatever you want. You might want to shake out the hands if you find it tough on your wrists. You might want to hug the knees in, wherever you want to go. Round 2. I'm going to do this one with legs out long. Lifting the hips and back down. Remember to keep everything tight. It's much easier to move the body with control if there's some engagement in the muscles. And rest. Round 2 done. Okay, so tricep dips I'm going to do next. Keeping the whole body still, just moving from the arms. This time the exertion's on the down, so I'm inhaling, exhaling as I go down. Good, and rest. Get ready. Round 4. That means we're nearly halfway already. Keep breathing, whichever exercise you're doing. And rest. Excellent. Next 20 seconds, let's go. Moving as fast or as slow as your body feels it wants to go. Ooh. Oh, that's starting to burn now. 3 more rounds. Let's go. Keep that breath moving. Right, the last 2 rounds I'm going to level up to level 3 because I don't think my triceps can take any more of that. Okay, get ready. Last 2 rounds. Moving wherever you want to move. If you're doing the level 3 exercise, really think about squeezing that core in so you can keep control of where the body is moving. Good, and rest. Final 20 seconds, and then your exercise, HIIT exercise anyway, is done for today. Well done. Last 20 seconds, maximum effort. Let's go. Good. Keep moving. Almost there. And we're done. Well done. Okay, have a bit of a drink. Excellent. Right. The rest of class is lovely because you've done the hard bit. So we're going to come down onto our mat, bringing our feet as wide as our yoga mat. We're going to lay down onto our back and just windscreen wiper the knees. So one knee comes into the middle and then the other knee comes into the middle. Really stretching down the side body, moving as fast or slow as you like. Excellent, well done. Then bringing the knees into the body, we're going to put the right hand on the right knee, the left hand on the left knee, and just circle through the hips. We're giving the hips a little massage, giving the lower back a little massage. And then taking that in the other direction. And bringing the feet back down to the floor, arms down by the side. We're just going to lift the hips up a couple of times into bridge to release off any tension in the back. So starting with the hips, curl the hips and the spine up off the floor. And continue lifting the hips until you can't lift them anymore. And then gradually curl the spine back down to the ground again, bone by bone, nice and slowly. And then lift those hips up again, really curl the spine up off the floor, bone by bone. Lifting, 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 really squeeze the bum so that you get those hips nice and high. And then exhale, come down, curling the spine back down onto the ground, bone by bone by bone. One more. Inhaling the spine up off the floor, bone by bone by bone. Lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. Hold it there for a second. And then exhale, curl it down nice and slowly, bone by bone. Tucking the tailbone under so that that comes down last. Excellent. Then taking the arms straight out from the shoulders. Going to hug the knees into the chest, keeping the shoulders grounded. We're going to move the legs from side to side. We'll take a nice big inhale at center. Exhale, roll the legs to the left, but only as far as you can keep the right shoulder down. Inhale them back through center. And then exhale them over to the right, this time keeping the left shoulder down. Inhale back through center. Exhale to the left. Keeping those shoulders grounded. Inhale back to center. And then exhale over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back through center. And exhale to the right. Excellent. Come back to center. We're going to move into final Shavasana, so final relaxation. So get yourself really comfortable on your mat.
If you've got a really healthy lower back, then stretch the legs out long and let the feet go. Let the arms come down by the side, palms up, and tuck the shoulder blades under the body. Any pain in the lower back, bring the feet to the yoga mat, and then let the knees fall in constructive rest position. So this just puts a bit less pressure on the lower back. Or if you feel like stretching out the hips, you can come into butterfly legs to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees open. Whichever option you choose, just make sure you are really comfortable and relaxed on your mat. Enjoy the gravity pressing the weight of your body into your mat after all that hard work you did this morning. Take your awareness to your breath, not trying to change it in any way at all, just noticing how the breath flows in and out of the body. Notice its natural rhythm. Notice if it's even or whether the inhale is longer than the exhale, or maybe the exhale is longer than the inhale. Notice where the breath moves the body, where it moves the chest, the ribs, the diaphragm, the belly. Relax the collarbones, relax the shoulders. Notice the temperature of the breath. Generally cooler on the way in and warmer on the way out. Notice if you're breathing through the nose or if you're breathing through your mouth. And as you notice all these things about the breath, also notice how calm the body feels. Resting on your mat, knowing you started the day well. The whole body completely calm, relaxed, and free from worry as it rests on your mat. And gently bring your awareness back to your body. Maybe to start with, just moving the right thumb. Maybe just crossing that right thumb over each of the finger pads of the right hand. And maybe move the left thumb, passing that thumb over each finger pad on the left hand. And then gradually make your movements bigger, maybe stretching and clenching the fingers, maybe circling through the ankles and the wrists. And then move your body in whichever way it wants to go. So if you want to stretch out long, whether you want to hug your knees into your chest, into a ball. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your right hand side. Flutter the eyes open and come up to seated. And take whichever comfortable position for you, whether that is seated on your knees or with crossed legs or with your legs out in front of you, whatever is most comfortable. We're going to finish with 3 lion's breaths. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. As we breathe out through the mouth, we're going to stretch the chest forwards and stick our tongue out as far as it will go. One of my favourite breaths. So 3 breaths to finish. Nice big inhale. Thank you for spending your morning with me. Namaste.